My dear friends, my name is Jacob Fiveash, and welcome to Uncaged Zootours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate you hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icons to join me on my tours. I have a treat for you today. We're heading to Massachusetts for our first tour of the Southwick Zoo. Unlike some of the other zoos or aquariums I visited, this zoo is privately owned, but it is also New England's largest zoo. There are gibbons, kangaroos, rhinos, and even a few species that are hard to find in zoos. Our first tour will feature the zoo's yaks. Let's begin. The yaks are located between the serval and the Bactrian camels. Yaks are bovines and live high up in the mountains of southwestern China and the Himalayas. In fact, there are two different kinds of yaks: the domesticated yak, which lives around humans, and the wild yak, which lives in remote, untouched areas of the Himalayas. Domesticated yaks have shorter horns, are smaller, and their long, shaggy fur can come in black, brown, cream, or a little bit of all three. They're also calmer and way more vocal than their wild cousins. Wild yaks are larger, more aggressive, and have longer horns. In fact, a male wild yak can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, which is as heavy as a car. Their fur ranges from dark brown to black. Wild yaks are far more endangered than their domestic cousins, but both species have one thing in common. Their shaggy fur is composed of two layers. The outer layer acts like a shield against freezing wind, while its shaggy inner layer keeps the yak warm. All that shaggy fur helps yaks survive temperatures as low as -104 degrees Fahrenheit. When domesticated yaks shed their fur, people can use it to make different things. The fur from the yak's inner layer can be used for winter clothing. The outer hair can be used for fishing lines and other outdoor gear, and the fur from the tail can be used for wigs and costumes. In fact, the original Chewbacca costume in the original Star Wars trilogy and Jim Carrey's Grinch costume were made of yak hair. Domesticated yaks are not just bred for their fur, but also for their milk. In fact, yak milk can be made into yak cheese, which can be kept frozen for years in your fridge. There is also a festival called the Tibetan Butter Lamp Festival, where people can carve yak butter, which also comes from yak milk, into statues. The yak butter also acts as a fuel source when lighting the lanterns for the festival. Yak butter is also the main ingredient in yak butter tea. People also use yaks to carry up to 130 pounds of cargo across steep, high mountain paths. Scientists believe the vegetation yaks eat digests in their stomach at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which provides them with additional warmth. In the freezing winter, yaks may eat snow instead of drinking water, and they can live up to 10,000 to 20,000 feet above sea level, making them the highest dwelling mammals in the world. The reason why yaks are so rare in North American zoos is that they can overheat in warmer environments. That wraps up our first short but fun tour of the Southwick Zoo. I would recommend visiting the yaks if you want to visit the Southwick Zoo, because yaks are very hard to find in North American zoos. When we return to the Southwick Zoo, we'll go behind the scenes with the zoo's two rhinos, and even see them getting pet by yours truly. Today's question is, what is your favorite thing you learned about yaks? Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. You're smart, creative, and kind.